She already got enough surgeries that done happened from the ECMO to the open heart surgery, etc. If she don't need this shit and we about to be out the door, there's no need for her to get it. They left. They commissioned a bunch of another doctor, a resident, to come in and talk to me and say, hey, Mr. Miller, we really, it would be a lot of help on the nurses if we really, move forward with this shit. And I was like, again, nah. Like, if it's not necessary, I don't want her to do it. They overruled me and was like, yo, call her mom. Mind you, me and her mom in sync. Like, that's my dog. Like, so it really wasn't nothing they was gonna get different from her mom that they was gonna get from me. But in their brain, and they told me this later, like in their brain, they not used to black fathers being inside the hospital. So they don't digress the black fathers. When they in the hospital, they go to the mother, because the mother is normally the one that's handling everything in the room. As opposed to when they go to white families, they go to the paternal person first. Like they go to the fathers, they step them out the room because they believe their mom is emotional, etc. They step out the room and say, hey, this is the plan for the day. Can you give that information to mom? They ain't do that with me. They called mom. Her mom called me and said, listen, it's up to you. I told them again, I still don't want it. Sometimes I hurt my soul to see my bros with their kids. Thinking about my little girl knowing she ain't here. Looking for love, finding out what pain live. This shit real. Pain swell up in your chest. When I'm dissing, hope you don't think I love you less. Them niggas you ain't front on, ain't even had your back. Real life got me stressed. I'm screaming at the Reaper, what's next? I ain't go broke, I got up on my ass. Crying back to back, waking up in cold sweats. I know right from wrong, feel good to do bad. So fucked up, damn it sold all my strats. Fist fights with close friends made me lose trust. Relations with married women while I don't love none. Niggas fronted on me when the time came. Yeah. You tell me you love me, when you gonna show me something?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I got to on the next one too, yo.
Hey.
Yo, it's Floaters TV. I'm here with Big Rasna, shooting now. We got Menace in the house.
We in this bitch.
Shout everybody out, bro.
Hey, shout out Menace. Shout out my nigga Go Trash. Shout out my nigga Avon. Shout out Fat
my
Belly
nigga
Now.
Avon, what's up, baby?
I feel like Fat Belly Now don't really need no introductions from what I hear around the
Fat
city. But
Belly
shout out
Now.
Fat Belly Now, man.
Hey, if I ever lost your footage, comment on this shit. It should only be 2 comments. It's only been 2 comments. Yeah. Maybe 3. Oh, it's this nigga. Oh my God. It's this nigga. Yo,
hey, he a part of it too, though. He a part of it too.
Hold on, that was the beginning of the Floaters TV shit. My hard drive crashed.
I knew that's what he was talking about, but I didn't want to bring it up.
I went through I ain't even know.
Because every time you said it, though, he was peeking over his shoulder like, hey, he gonna mention it? Hey.
Yo, the hard drive crashed. I lost 4 interviews. I lost 4 interviews. You know what I did? Redid all 4. It kept going. Did 100 more.
Exactly, as you should. And you came better, though.
Yeah.
Like, even though you took them interviews and all the information you got from niggas from them interviews, and then you came better. Like, you came with better questioning, better angles, you feel me, and got the real emotions out of niggas. Like, that shit with Menace is like some next level therapy, you feel me? So, it's like, I don't know how the first interview went, but that next one, it seemed like y'all was more in tune with each other, like y'all fed off each other's energy. And that was good for the viewers and the people.
Yeah, and definitely at the beginning, I felt like I needed to know people more, to be comfortable talking to them. That's the type of person I am. But that second go around, I knew Menace more, so it was definitely more comfortable.
It definitely flowed better. And like I tell them all the time, like seeing shit like that is what niggas in the trenches like really need to hear. Like it need to be coming from a perspective.
You put the mic right here.
My bad. It really need to be coming from a perspective of niggas that really go through that shit day to day. Not a nigga that's removed from it and talking like he a preacher, but a nigga that's still day to day going through that shit. It hit different. Like when you look into his eyes and everything he's saying, a nigga on the corner can look at the same interview and be like, I feel that pain. Even if he ain't even got to say how much it hurt, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's what y'all did when y'all made that interview. Like y'all connected with each other on a level that reached past just a nigga, scrolling down on Instagram just thinking the shit hot or something slick to say. It connected with a nigga that could really feel that shit and feel that pain. So it kind of was a blessing you probably lost that shit for real.
Yeah.
Because who's to know, like, if the first interview would have rolled off the tongue like that.
Right.
So
Best of both worlds and shit. Hey, so I'm here with my man Big Rasna. Yo, so your Instagram name, right? Like when I seen y'all father, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, a lot of people just, that's my daughter's name. I'm gonna throw that on the gram, but just listening to that first track on the new EP,
Oh, you gonna get right into it? Yeah, look,
Yeah,
you about to get me in my emotions already. You about to get right into it, but yeah.
Like I'm looking at your hat right now too, so it's like top of my brain.
Yeah, like everything I do for real, like it's for my daughter. Like everybody in the room know, like yo, my daughter. I lost my daughter like 2 years ago.
Sorry about
to
that, bro.
Appreciate it. I lost it to malpractice or like negligence based on the hospital, and due to legal. Like I could tell the story, but I can't tell the hospital just yet. Like we're gonna get to that eventually, but I can't tell the hospital just yet. But like everything I do is for my daughter. Like every breath I take, every movement I make, every rap I rap, every store I open, every warehouse I buy, anything I do, you gonna see my daughter's name on it. Cause what it is with me is like I understand, like, and I understand this back in the day, even before I got my daughter. Like I understood this is like legacy is important. Like if I'm gone and dead, like I need something to live on, and I need my daughter's name to live on. So it's like I can blow through money, I can blow through cheese, I can do, buy cars, go on trips, buy jewelry. But when you look at a building or you look at anything like my raps, man, so you hear my raps, you gonna know how I felt about my daughter. You gonna know how like that my daughter lived on. If a street is named after her, if a law is changed and it's put in her name, you gonna know like my daughter existed on this earth. And that's what my motivation is my daughter. Like, I ain't even really start rapping like that until, like, my daughter came into this world. Like, I looked at her and said, all right, if nothing else, if something happened to your pops, because I live a wild fucking life. If something happened to me, you feel me, you going to be able to listen to this shit and know how your dad felt about you. So I mention her name in everything I do. Because it's like, yo, when I'm dead and gone, you going to be able to play that tape back. Menace going to be able to play that tape back. Avon going to be able to play that tape back. Trash gonna be able to play that tape back and be like, yo, this nigga loved his daughter, you feel me? So yeah, like you see that in my Instagram name, you see that in my hats, my chain, you feel me? I ain't got my chain on right now, but you see my chain, my 501c3 that we just started to buy these buildings up, that's my daughter's name, you feel me? We got a law like headed down to Annapolis in a couple months that's gonna have my daughter's name slapped on it. Like everything is for y'all, you feel me? Yeah. And I always say, like, daddy's still looking for us. So the more I do shit, and I don't mean to be long-winded, but you got me talking about my daughter, you feel me? But it's like, I say this shit, like, on all my quotes, on all my pictures, I say, daddy's still looking for you. Like, I feel like if I keep doing shit, I'll be closer to my daughter. So I constantly use that as my motivation. Like, yo, if I do this, maybe I can feel her presence. So every time I make a step, every time I make a movement, it's like, yo, daddy's still looking for you. I'm looking for you in everything I do. Everything good that happens to me, I'm looking for you in it. Every time I see a butterfly, because that's what her name mean little butterfly. Every time I see a butterfly, sometime I see a sunset or a sunrise, you feel me? I know my daughter's somewhere with me. So, like I said, everything, and you got me talking about this shit early, like, but everything that I do in life is for my daughter. And the minute I ain't doing shit for my daughter no more, I ain't got no reason to live.
Yeah. So. Hell yeah. Long live butterfly.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right, bro. Hey, how old was she?
So my daughter, Lily, she died a week after her first birthday. Like, she passed, like, and that's, like, the strength of my daughter is beautiful. Like, my daughter held on. So I'm going to explain the story so I can explain, like, her death or whatever. Like, my daughter went in for a routine surgery that was only supposed to be a couple hours, and she was only supposed to be in the hospital for max 5 days. During the surgery, they had to do 3 different surgeries because one of the doctors, the main surgeon, she left a surgical needle in my daughter. You feel me? So they didn't tell us this. We found out this during the investigation. They had to reopen her up to remove the needle. When they did that, her organs began to fail. So they had to put on what's called an ECMO machine. And the ECMO machine is like it's your heart operating outside your body. It pumps blood through your body, so that your heart can rest and repair itself. So my daughter, she had when you go on ECMO, kids only have like a 30% chance of surviving that. Actually, it's 27% to be exact. My daughter flew through that. She was off ECMO in 6 days. She was doing well. They told us, like, yo, we'll be in the hospital for 3 weeks and then she'll be discharged. Doctor came to us one day, or nurse came to us one day, like, hey, we're disseminating a lot of medicines to her, you feel me? We want to know if we can put this, what's called a PICC line in. A PICC line is a simple, insert. It's like an IV, but it allows multiple medicines to go in at a time so you don't have to keep poking the patient. I told them, like, hey, if my daughter don't need it, if it's not necessary, I don't want my daughter to get it. Like, she already go through enough x-rays, and you're going to have to x-ray her in order to get this shit done. Like, she already go through enough x-rays. She already got enough surgeries that done happen, from the ECMO to the open heart surgery, etc. If she don't need this shit and we about to be out the door, there's no need for her to get it. They left. They commissioned a bunch of another doctor, a resident, to come in and talk to me and say, hey, Mr. Miller, we really, it would be a lot of help on the nurses if we really, move forward with this shit. And I was like, again, nah. Like, if it's not necessary, I don't want her to do it. They overruled me and was like, yo, call her mom. Mind you, her mom in sync. Like, that's my dog. Like, so it really wasn't nothing they was gonna get different from her mom that they was gonna get from me. But in their brain, and they told me this later, like, in their brain, they not used to black fathers being inside the hospital. So they don't digress the black fathers. When they in the hospital, they go to the mother, because the mother is normally the one that's handling everything in the room. As opposed to when they go to white families, they go to the paternal person first. Like, they go to the fathers, they step them out the room because they believe their mom is emotional, etc. They step out the room and say, hey, this is the plan for the day. Can you give that information to mom? They ain't do that with me. They called mom. Her mom called me and said, listen, it's up to you. I told them again, I still don't want it. By this time, they brought the whole team, like, they brought the whole wing of the hospital, like the administrators, everybody, and they had the machine ready to get her done. They said, Mr. Miller, we really don't need your consent to do this, because it's something when they consider it necessary for her care.
They can do it.
They can do it.
The whole time, they're not even trying to tell you what they did.
Exactly. So this is what they came and told me, right? So they came and told me beforehand, like, hey, we do these joints every day. This is routine. Like, this is not even a surgery. It's a procedure. It only takes about 45 minutes to do. We do these joints every day, and it only takes one time to get it done. I said, how many times have you done this, and it took more than one time? They said that rarely ever happens, and it won't happen in Yard's case. We'll make sure of it. They asked me to get out the room. I gets out the room. I goes to my car. I goes to my car to wait, because I didn't want to wait in the waiting room. So I go to my car and wait. They said that somebody's going to call me when she's ready. They said it takes 45 minutes. I falls asleep. I wakes up. It's 3 hours later. So I'm like, yo, like, why ain't nobody call me? So I said, fuck it. I mean, forget it. I goes up and runs up to the hospital. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They got the curtains back now, and everybody's in the room, acting like it's something going on, like it's an emergency is going on. So I pushed past the curtain. I'm like, yo, is my daughter good? They was like, yeah, she's fine. We just prepping her. She has some low vitals, but we getting her stable. She's fine. It only took one time to put the PICC line in. She just recovering. Just give us a couple minutes and we'll be good. So I said, all right, cool. Goes in. They said, Mr. Miller, you were worried about nothing. It only took one time. She did great. She's back, stable, etc. And you have nothing to worry about. The nurses will be in and start disseminating the medicine. So a day go by, I goes to the studio. Me and Avon had a session. I goes to the studio, and her mom is calling me, like, repeatedly, like, yo, I need you to get down. Like, she keep calling. So I finally answer the phone. She like, yo, get down here. Like, Yara's whole side, right side of her body is swollen. I don't know what's going on, and nobody's listening to me. Goes down there. She's telling them, like, yo, my daughter's now, she not moving her right side. They saying that could just be swelling from the IV that she got in. Not to worry about that. Another day go by. Her mom saying again, like, yo, her swelling getting worse. Now she not moving her eyes. She barely staying awake, etc. I want to get some tests done. They was like, yo, it'd be too much on the week, because it was on the weekend. They said it would be too much on the weekend team to bring her down to MRI, and bring her down to CAT scan, and we don't believe it's necessary. Let's hold off. We're gonna test her for seizures, etc. But let's hold off. Like, this again, this could just be edema from the IV. Another day go by. Now my daughter is literally not moving, and her eyes. So her eye is fixated to the right side. She can't move. She can't control her eyes. So her mom's like, nah, I'm not waiting no more. Like, yo, we need an MRI. So it's like, all right, we're gonna bring her down in the morning. They finally bring her down in the morning. They takes her down to the CAT scan, and I got a video. We recorded everything going forward after this that happened in the hospital. But they takes her down to get a CAT scan. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. They come back up at 10 o'clock, and they got the entire children's hospital is upstairs in the hallway, and they sends like the director of the children's hospital to come talk to us, and she's in tears. And she's like, we got some bad news about Yards. We figured out what's wrong with her, and we got some bad news. And she told us right then and there, acting like she was crying, like, or whatever the case may be, and told us right there, like, Yard had stroke. And then not only did she had one stroke, she had 2 strokes. And because of the strokes, I don't know if y'all know what strokes does do to you, but strokes is basically like a heart attack of the brain. But once you have a stroke, there's no recovering from a stroke. Whatever part, depending on how long it takes to diagnose and treat a stroke, whatever part was affected by the stroke in your brain dies off. So my daughter had 2 strokes that basically, they call bilateral strokes. She had 2 strokes that basically killed off parts of her brain. And they come in, and that wasn't like the kick of it. Like when we heard that, like we started breaking down, and then she said, after that, she said, and Mr. Miller, I want to tell you that I have to be honest with you that the PICC line that we put in is what caused the strokes. That the PICC line was put in the wrong place. It was put in what's called an arterial line instead of a venous line. So you have 2 veins in your body. So your arteries, if y'all know, like they the major blood sources. Like if you get hit in your artery, you die. You feel me? Because your artery goes directly to your heart and goes directly to your brain. Those are the main sources, main highways directly to your brain and your heart. Your venous system is a bunch of circular things. Like you have veins all over your body that goes all different places. When you get an IV or when you do a needle or anything, like you're supposed to be in your veins. So that way the medicine can be disseminated through your body. When you go through an arterial line, whatever medicine you've taken goes directly to your heart. So what happened was, this wasn't medicine that happened, but what happened was they put the PICC line in her arterial line and it created a blood clot. The blood clot broke off, split, and then shot up through her arterial line and shot directly into both sides of her brain. And she said that basically, and then when she said this, she said, Mr. Miller, it is our fault, and I know you told us you didn't want us to get it done, etc. And then to act like she was crying, then I kicked out the room. And then from that point on, the reason I go into that, because you asked me about when my daughter died. Like, my daughter, life expectancy, my daughter was supposed to, she had a less than a 2% chance of surviving. And less than a 10% chance of surviving more than 3 months. My daughter lived long enough to see, and I truly believe, this is why I love my daughter to death, and she get her strength from her mother, is that she lived long enough for us to celebrate her one time. Like, she brought all of us together. All my friends, all my family came down for her birthday. Like, everybody that's in this room right now came down for her birthday in order to celebrate her one time. She gave her mother and me that, at least to feel that one time before she left. And like, even then, she was recovering too. Like, she would open her hands, she would play with things. Like, we were doing physical therapy with her. She would start to get control of her eyes. Like, she was shocking the doctors. But what ended up happening, because a few other things happened while we was in there. One thing, they gave her the wrong medicine, was called epinephrine, which speeds up your heart. A nurse gave her the wrong medicine, that almost killed her. Then she had a scare in March, which almost killed her. And then the final thing that actually killed her wasn't the strokes. Her kidneys had failed due to her be given the wrong anesthesia. Her kidneys had failed, and she needed the dialysis. But when they put the dialysis in, it got clogged, so they went to take it out and reposition it, but they ended up severing her jugular vein. And when they severed her jugular vein, she bled out, and literally my daughter died. And I don't mean to be graphic, but I gotta say this shit so it hits home, like how intense this shit was. My daughter died with me, because all the doctors left, like they was in disgust, like the nurses crying, the doctors was crying. I applied pressure on my daughter, open wound, until her mom, because her mom was getting treatment for cancer in New York. I applied pressure long enough for her mom to say bye to her. For 6 hours, I sat there with bloody rags, bloody clothes, applying pressure to my daughter until she passed away. My daughter died in her own blood and her own feces with nobody helping her but myself. And that's like when I talk about this, the reason I go so hard for my daughter is because my daughter was a fucking warrior. Like, at 1 year old, my daughter experienced what niggas don't experience in 99 years. And she kept battling back. They literally had to kill my daughter to put her under. And the reason I believe, when I say they had to kill her, is because what they understood and what we, matter of fact, let me not speak on that because it's still going through legal. But my daughter was a warrior. And I owe it to my daughter to make sure I fight every day as much as she fought every fucking day. I owe it to my daughter. So when you talking to me about her birthday, like the reason I got so deep into this shit, like the reason I talk so heavy, and we gonna be able to transition. Don't worry, I'm good at transitioning. I'm just letting you know I'm good at transitioning from the serious to the lighthearted. Yeah. You asked me about this shit earlier, you feel me? But you good. Cause one thing I love doing is talking about my daughter. So
got to.
Good or bad, I love just being able to spread her name and spread her energy in any room I'm in. So. But I tell a story. I'm telling the most graphic. My friends ain't never even heard this for real. But I'm telling the most graphic because you got a platform here that this need to be shared about. Like the thing about like these hospitals is that they have the highest, like especially in Maryland, they have the highest mortality rate amongst black mothers. They have the highest mortality rate amongst black mothers, and the reason being is that nobody listens to them. My daughter is dead. My daughter is literally dead because nobody wanted to listen to what me and her mother were saying. If they would have found it, if they would have listened to me and never put the pick line in, my daughter wouldn't have had a stroke. If they would have listened to her mom, the first day she said, "Yo, my daughter, something ain't right with my daughter," they could have prevented the devastation of the strokes. It took 4 days before they recognized that my daughter had strokes. And when you talking about, again, I can't speak on what hospital it was, but this hospital shouldn't have been able to make these mistakes. This hospital's reputation is so large, not even just in this country, but in this world where they shouldn't been able to make those type of mistakes. But I say that all that to say, like, my daughter, the strength of my daughter is something that anybody can hear, and it can make you hug your kids tighter. Yeah. It can make you the things that you complaining about in life and complaining about every day, it make you think twice about it. That's why I tell a story in the way that I do. Like, and I tell a story without no tears. Not saying I don't cry about it, because I do. But I tell a story without no tears because I don't look at it like no downfall. Like, hell yeah, I miss my daughter every fucking day. Every nigga in here know that shit. I miss my daughter every day. But what I will say is, like, yo, I don't look my daughter for mourning. I don't look at my daughter from a grieving standpoint. I look at my daughter like a fucking champion. And she is. She's stronger than any man I ever met. And damn sure, other than her mother, stronger than any woman I ever met. So I'm a segue, but I just wanted to let y'all know, you feel me? That's my daughter in a nutshell, you feel me? Like, and then we gonna get, like I said, we get into everything else I'm doing in honoring my daughter, because they are some beautiful things. But that's the segue, like, you know, that's a part of my journey. That's, you feel me? So just wanted to get that out there.
Big Rasna. I appreciate your testimony, bro. Yeah. That shit was, like you saying, like, you guys just champion your daughter, because for all that to be inflicted by the hospital is crazy. It's not nothing else. Yeah, I don't got.
But see, the good thing about that, like, and I say this right, one of the most beautiful things, and this is a transition right here, is like, my daughter got me rapping. Like, the reason Big Rasna on there is my daughter. Like, that gave me. Let me say, my daughter got me rapping better. That gave me something to rap about. Like, niggas will tell you, like, yo, when I first came out, like, mind you, because I ain't really want to rap. Like, we was the niggas, like, because, like.
Who's we?
When I say we, all right, so it's me, my boy Avon. It's like we're a whole collective. It's like OPR, you feel me? Like,
hey, let's take a shot.
Woo! Should do it to you every time, won't it? Woo!
Hey, so you say you say like, so it gave you more of a purpose to rap.
Yeah. What I said is like, well, so it's a collective. So me, my man Avon, he welcomed me into this OPR family that he had going on since college. You feel me?
OPR, that's hard too.
And his opportunity produces riches, and there's a few other things, but we're gonna stick with that one. His opportunity produces riches. You feel me? And we got a tour coming up, by the way, Good Day Tour. Make sure y'all check that out, man. Follow us on the gram, OPR, the brand. You feel me? That's a shameless plug. But
that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So we used to be in a club, right? Like, everybody, like, even before meeting Brother Avon. I'm glad I met him though, because it took my club experience, because I had somebody to feed off of. It took my club experience to the next level. But I've always been a nigga, like, even though I don't drink, I might buy 5 or 6 bottles, buy out a section, you feel me, spray the bottles and get the fuck on, you feel me? And I thought to myself, like, all right. And then I also got, you know, a past life of the streets, you feel me? So I thought to myself when I first picked up the mic, like, all right, I could rap about money, cars, clothes, and hoes, you feel me? Like that's simple with me. Niggas make a lot of cheese, niggas, as you know, niggas own boutiques and art galleries, you feel me? Niggas travel. Niggas, you know, fuck the baddest hoes, drive the best whips, you feel me? And pop a lot of fucking bottles and pop a lot of shit, you feel me? But when I came out, I was so corny with it. Like, I was so corny with it, and I say this, like, my fucking name was, like, Ace Don. That was my rap name. Like, me and this nigga went to Dubai and shot a video.
Two liquors. Two different liquors.
Yeah, two different. Yo, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I think we had some Dom P or something like when we was out Dubai. But this nigga asked me. Mind you, we made the song already. We had already recorded the song, everything. We in Dubai, and the videographer like, all right, he making the video. He like, yo, what's your name? What's your name? You feel me? I got Avon. What's your name?
He rhymed with Avon.
I said, hey, yo, Ace, exactly. I said, hey, yo, it's Avon and Ace Don, you feel me, on some bullshit.
But that's what's beautiful about hip hop though, because it's a journey. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because it's like going from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz. It's like, that's the same shit. Like, I really was Ace Don for like 2 songs. I couldn't believe it. Like, yo, the shit I was, but even the shit, don't get me wrong, the bars were still hard. Don't get it fucked up. But it's like the imagery, just with that embodied, just seems so corny to me thinking back on it. But when I say like my daughter inspired something different, it's like I was sitting in the hospital when I wrote the With Your Life like that I got with Menace. Like I wrote that verse like 2 years ago while I was sitting in the hospital. And when I got done writing that verse, I said, yo, I called these niggas on FaceTime. I said, yo, you know what sound hard? My name backwards, because my name Ansar. So I was like, you know what sound hard? Like, it sound like a nigga that got some presents. I was like, Rasna. I was like, Big Aki Rasna, how that sound? I kept saying that shit over and over again. And when I heard it, I said it to myself like, yo, that's you. Yeah. It's like, now you could talk about you feel me? Like, my deepest thing was, because Minister tell you, the reason I never picked up a mic is like, I'm the nigga behind the cameras. Like, I don't like even though I pop bottles and do all that, I don't like being vulnerable. Like, I don't like being on front, I don't like being on the light, you feel me? So it's like, when I made Big Rasna, it was like, all right, that's you. Like, you could be vulnerable and raw, you feel me? You could talk about your daughter. You could talk about the pain. You could talk about your mom being, you know, a junkie, you feel me? You could talk about growing up in a crack house, you feel me? You could talk about what it's like serving on the streets, you feel me? You could talk about different beefs you've been in. You could talk about robberies, all types of shit. You could be more open with it. Ace Don just seemed like a nigga that just pop bottles.
Shallow.
Yeah, exactly. And spend time in Mexico and Miami, you feel me, with bitches with BBLs, you feel me?
That rap career gonna cost him much money too.
Exactly. But don't get it fucked up. That's what I do too. I do spend Miami with the BBLs. But I got a different side of me.
The BBL?
Yeah, hey man, I ain't got nothing wrong with the BBL, you feel me? Like, hey. Some of my best women got BBLs. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't discriminate between.
Let's get to the lifestyle though. Let's get to the lifestyle.
All right.
So, you know, when everybody introduce you to me, right? It's like, yeah, pipe dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I did my research. I performed one of my first performances was at Pipe Dreams for real. It's a joint that got the balcony.
Yeah. Nigga, I thought I was Ghost from Power with that shit. Like, I thought I could look down on niggas like find my Angela in the crowd somewhere.
Yeah, it was like a 420 show there, like 2018. I was there, type shit.
I'm glad you was able to bless us with your presence.
And that's why I met Maine. That's why I seen Maine perform for the first time.
Oh, you performed down at Pipe Dream?
Hell yeah, he was on the stage going crazy.
It
was Ghost shit. Ghost had a show.
I ain't gonna hold you. We had so many shows.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we had like now it would be more into like, cause now you know he big time now, but now started with us. You feel me? Yeah. Now I used to handle like the day to day. You feel me? Like, you said what? Yeah, he was definitely. Actually, now I was skinny with no beard. If y'all can believe that. Like,
what year was this?
Hey, this was 2017. Yeah, now I ain't had no beard. Was skinny than a motherfucker. And what's crazy is like, this nigga lied on the job application. Like, this nigga told me he was 21. Nigga was like 19.
Oh, you work for Pipe Dream?
Yeah.
So bro, how you get savvy like that with the business? Like, you know what I'm saying?
The streets.
Okay.
Like, dead
ass.
ass.
How you translate it?
All right, so look, I looked at it like this. Like I went to school. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to derail nobody. I went to school. I went to Morgan State. I got a degree in word.
I got it in 2020.
Morgan Bells, HBCU.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to school and I graduated with a degree in journalism and a minor in psychology.
Oh, you in school communication?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I actually was the first class in the school of communications, like the new building. Like, yeah. But yeah, we
What year was that?
That was 2012 when they built that building. Like, actually, it was the spring of 2011.
Okay.
They had a whole ceremony, and we actually had to write stories about it. Like we had to interview the president at the time, Mr. Wilkins, who the building is named after. But I went to school for journalism and psychology. But what people don't understand about college is kind of like jail. Like, you know how jail, people say, like, people become better criminals in jail? Like, you meet other criminals, and then that's kind of like college. Like, I saw a bunch of niggas driving Maseratis, G-Wagons. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is these niggas doing? I know all these niggas ain't spoil you rich kids, you feel me? Like, yeah. So mind you, I come from that background, so I kind of link with the people, but I did it in a more, like I started out like that, but then I realized, like, if you translate over like drugs or whatever the case may be, and start selling T-shirts, for instance, it's the same hustle. Like, you get a certain amount of product, you got a certain amount of like leeway to get rid of the product, and then you got to have a certain amount of money to re-up, certain amount of money you stash until you build up, and you able to cop more quantities, etc. Like, so when I graduated, me and my mans, like, we had like went on a nice little crazy run. You feel me? We had like a good, at least I talk about the shit in my raps. We had I had over 100,000 saved up, but I ain't had no direction. Like, I ain't had no
before you got pipe dreams.
Before I got pipe dreams, like, I'm sitting on this is like right after graduation. I had just came back from Cali. I went on like a crazy tour. Like, right before I graduated, I went to Miami. I had a crazy tour in Story and Story. Then I went 2 weeks later. I went to fucking Cali, and then I went to Vegas. But when I got back, I sat in the crib with my mans, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck am I doing with my life?"
So you had the 100,000 went to Vegas?
Yeah, I went to Vegas, LA.
You good with your money? You went to Vegas and came back with the 100,000?
Nah, no. Let me say that the money, I was blowing the money.
Okay,
but I was still making money. That's the thing. I was still making money, but I got to a point. It's like, yo, what else is out there? You feel me? Like, so I'm sitting. My man's who I started Pipe Dreams with. He not a street dude. You feel me? He's a very intelligent, smart guy. He my frat brother.
Yeah.
And he said to me, like, he sat me down one day and said, "Hey, bro, what the fuck is you doing?" Like, he got an accounting job. He had ended up working for J.P. Morgan, I think, or J.P. Stanley
Wentworth or some shit.
Yeah. And he like, "Hey, bro, listen, I'm about to quit this shit. Like, what you doing?" Like, so I'm like, "Bro, I don't know." Like, I had Pipe Dreams, like an idea to just the name, like in my back pocket.
Pipe dream.
Exactly. And that's where it comes from. Like, and I had it like, all right, if I ever wrote a book or something, I would name it Pipe Dreams. You feel me? But he said to me, like, yo, because we had met one of our frat brothers. He was locked in with Supreme, and he was locked in with everybody on Fairfax. Fairfax in L.A. is like the streetwear capital of L.A. Like, you go to L.A., all the streetwear. I didn't know that. Yeah, all the streetwear shops, like the Hunnits, Stussy, Supreme, at the time Hall of Fame, Dope. All of them was on one block. They all on one block, right in the Melrose section. And he was tapped in with them. So we said to him, like, all right. Well, he said to me, like, he talked to him about what it take to make shirts or start a brand. And he's like, how about we start a brand? Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, I'll give you like $3,000-$4,000. You feel me? Let's see if we could kick it off. Like, see if we could do something with it. I made a jersey first. I made a baseball jersey and posted the picture on Instagram. When I posted it, people started liking and commenting, etc. And then from there, like, I was like, all right, well, let me see if I can actually make some shit. I made a snakeskin hat. I made a hockey jersey. I made a snakeskin hat and a hockey jersey. That's what I did. I made a snakeskin hat and a hockey jersey. When I made it, mind you, I was just telling the story to Menace right before I came in here. When I first made it, I put it in my group chat with my niggas that from back home that I grew up with, my best friends. And I still love them to death. I put it in at this time it was Group Me. It wasn't even Apple didn't have group chats. It was Group Me. I put it in the group chat. I mean the Group Me. Them niggas was like, bro, that's hard. How much you selling them for? I said, all right, the hockey jersey is gonna be $150. The snakeskin hat's gonna be $200. It's like, bro, ain't nobody paying that. You feel me? Like, nigga, you got polo prices. You feel? I remember it clear as day, verbatim what the nigga said. You got polo prices. Like, ain't nobody copping that. You need to come down on your price. I said, nah, I ain't doing that. You feel me? I'm gonna just push this shit. Cause what I realized is, like, let's say for instance, even in the streets, right? We both might got smacked. We might got the same smack.
If I'm selling for 10, you selling for 15, they gonna say your shit better.
Not even just that too, but not even just that. If I market it right, like let's say for instance, I give a couple away to the right fiends. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And them fiends, like, they control their traps, like, you feel me? They got their own houses, and they OD on it, or they get a crazy high from it. They gonna start talking amongst the other junkies, like, yo, that shit I just caught from this nigga, you feel me, is that fire, you feel me? Every time you go to him, ask for that Superman, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. That's like, if I get the right people in these clothes,
Yeah.
it's going to make everybody else talk about me. It's
Yeah.
going to make everybody else around me feel like my clothes is worth that, like
Yeah.
paying that. So what I did was, I got it on Young Buck first.
For real?
Yeah, Young Buck was the first nigga we got clothes on. But by getting Young Buck on it, Karma Loop hit us up. I don't know if you remember Karma Loop.
Yeah,
back
hell
in the
yeah.
day.
I used to buy all my shit from Karma.
Yeah, them niggas still owe me cheese. But
Yeah,
yes,
they gonna do that little class
Yeah,
action.
they went to a class, bro.
As soon as I spent $90, they gonna
Bro.
we out of business.
Bro, they owe me $5,400.
You can sign up here.
The nigga name is Greg. I was talking to that nigga personally. I still need my cheese. You feel me? You
much
watching
is-
this, Greg? Nigga owe me $5,400 to this day.
You had a $5,400 cut.
Yeah, huh? My key? My bad. 1 second, intermission. Nah, I ain't gonna forget the story now.
And go ahead.
But
No,
yeah,
keep it going. How much time it say on there?
yeah, but Karma Loops picked us up. They let us be a part of their Casbah shop. Like it was like for up.
Oh, Karma Loop picked up Pipe Dreams.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that shit took off. Like I was getting orders in Korea and China. I couldn't keep the shit on the table. From there, French Montana manager, his name was EZ. He hit me up, was like, yo, like I seen your shit, you feel me? Like I want some of your clothes, you feel me, for itself. It wasn't for French, it was for itself. And I said, bro, I'll give you some free shit, but you gotta promise you gonna put this on French Montana.
Yeah.
Boom. 2 days later, French made his whole post on Facebook like, yo, shout out to that brand in Baltimore called Pipe Dreams, you feel me? Another hit, took off. So we buzzing, you feel me?
Yeah.
I say to him like, yo, you know what we should? Well, actually, my baby mom say to me like, yo, you know what you should do? You should open up a store. You'll be able to get more walk-in traffic if you had a store. You feel me? And one day when I was dropping off for work, I seen the store. She pointed it out. Actually, I gotta give her the credit.
Right
She pointed it out.
downtown.
Yeah, right downtown. It was 879 North Howard Street. She pointed that joint out and said, yo, like, what about that little space right there? And the space actually was smaller than this room. I said, all right. I hit the landlord up same day and said, how much for the rent this joint? He says that I think at the time we was paying $950. It was $950 and then we ended up paying $1,300. But he said, you know, how fast can y'all get in here? We got in there in 2 months, cleaned everything out, and I started. What I had an artist. His name is Sadiq Tafari. He a popular tattoo artist around here in Baltimore too.
Yeah, I heard of you.
Yeah. So before he was a tattoo artist, I actually he'll tell you if you ever interview him or you ever meet him. I actually introduced him to tattooing. He was an artist, and he was back in the day like he did some work for me back in the day.
Yeah.
And so he remembered me. He came into my shop right before I was about to open and was like, bro, can I put some of my art in the shop? You feel me? So I said, sure. He's a phenomenal artist. He had all this art. I put it up because I needed decor in the shop.
Yeah.
When I put it up, people wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, all right, this might be a little side hustle. I can make a little extra income, not just selling the clothes, or when we don't have clothes, I can have the art, you feel me? So he had his art, he had his first art exhibit sold out. Then other artists started coming through like, yo, can I put my paintings and shit up on the wall, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, you know, and I had to start coming up with a system on how to actually make money from this shit. Because at first I was just letting niggas put their art up. They keep, whatever they sell, they get to keep. But now I'm like, it's about 20, 30 artists in this motherfucker. I need to make some cheese off this shit. So what I did was I charged them 30% if they sold their art, you feel me? And the shit was moving rapidly. So a lot of times when I didn't have clothes to sell, the art really saved me. And then what happened with what y'all know me for now as far as the event, well, what y'all know Pipe Dreams for is the events. The events happened by meeting a gentleman by the name of Flacco. Flacco was like a real known Baltimore rapper. Like he helped start CCLS. He helped start Basement Rap. Like people look at Flacco as like the grandfather of him and my man Dutchy who passed away. They look at them as the grandfathers of Baltimore hip hop.
Yeah, rest in peace, Dutchy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Dutchy.
Sit right here and say it, yo.
Hey, my favorite rapper is Young Chris. Listen, and I'll break it down like why he the best. Like Young Chris from Young Guns.
I got him.
Yeah. But artists inspired me first and foremost. Flacco.
We recording? Yeah. We recording? Hey, man, it's Big Trash, man.
Go
Trash.
Oh, look, niggas trying to take the big shit.
And I got
niggas trying to take the big shit.
Go Trash.
Go Trash.
We can edit that out. Yo, Go Trash. But look, I just want to ask my man who his favorite artist is. Go.
My favorite rapper is?
Your favorite rapper.
No, my favorite artist is Trash for sure. Like my favorite rapper, like.
Especially some acapella shit.
Nah,
No, it's my man interview. It's my man interview.
Yeah, bro.
But who your favorite rapper though?
My favorite rapper is Young Chris and also Nas, but my Young Chris is my inspiration. You feel me? But nah, on some real shit, like my favorite artist actually. One of the things I used to do, like in order to handle, like to get pipe dreams into other businesses, I used to manage him and I used to manage Menace. Like so, I heard him spit like I said, hey bro, all you need is a team behind you. We used to have this like motto that it'd be like, yo, deal 365. We used to say that shit to ourselves every day. I said, yo, write down the goals that you want and we gonna knock this shit down. And like when I tell niggas I be trying to like amongst us, like cause your friends sometimes, you know, especially friends that meet you later in life, they don't know how established you be. I be trying to tell niggas like when I say I was outside and doing shit, like we really was in board meetings. Like we really, like Ryan Leslie and them was trying to sign my boy. Like we took something, like no bullshit. We took something, like my man was relatively, not saying he was unknown because Trash was known on like the battle circuit and also like the underground circuit in Baltimore. But what we did, like, yo, when I came, I said, hey bro, we gonna drop your first project, which went excellent. It's called Cream Soda. Make sure y'all check that shit out. Like, when I tell you, like, we had this nigga dimed out in furs. We had him dimed out in furs. We had old school Mercedes. We had chicks looking like Foxy Brown. You feel me? We did a whole photo shoot for this joint and had a listening party. We was actually the first, and this is stamped. Everybody know this. Like, I was the first silent disco in Maryland.
The first one.
And it was his listening party. Like, his listening party was a silent disco. You feel me? Like we had his listening party, packed it out. The people, Ryan Leslie peoples came to the listening party, heard him, and was like, yo, we starting this app where you could disseminate your music out like through text message. Mm-hmm. Like you could start a text message thread and it'll be able, like you get people to sign up for this joint, it'll go direct to consumer.
What's it called?
I think they crashed it now. This was like back in 2006, what was that, 2016? Yeah. You say he's still working on it? All right, so yeah. So the thing was, the only reason we didn't, and the reason he probably is still working on it, but the only reason we didn't sign, because what they wanted was called a I forgot
the name of that joint, bro.
A fucking, it's like a 360 deal, but what it is like, it's called a developmental deal, excuse me. It's called a developmental deal. So what it was once we sat down with these dudes, like they wanted to sign him, but what they wanted to do is match us dollar for dollar. Like they wanted to match us, like, so let's say for instance, I put up 5,000, they'd put up 10. And then, but they wanted a 360 off everything from that 10. Like they thought they was entitled to.
So much more.
Yeah, exactly. Like mind you, it's just like Hollywood. Like when they say like, yo, you go to the business meeting, they do coke on the table and then they sign a contract. We down at what was that? It was a restaurant on this corner. They put the coke on the table.
Listen, it was the interview was crazy. It was the waiter did not leave the table. As soon as any of us took a drink from the cup, she was right there.
Yeah, she was right there, and
right back up, bro. I'm like, oh my god, can I at least get to the middle of the cup?
And this how exclusive. This is how exclusive they was. This is how I knew the shit was fucked up. We in the middle of Baltimore. They put the coke on the table. Like niggas was doing lines on the table. I said, oh, these niggas must be somebody. You feel me? Like, cause ain't nobody stopping this whole. And not like we in a back room somewhere. We in the middle table in the middle of the restaurant, like
middle of the restaurant, bro.
And these niggas, and then they walking us back to their crib. But they look, this is what they doing though. They gassing us up so we don't look at the contract. Right. Like they like, yo, we gonna show you all this shit. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. We gonna smoke so much weed.
And then
so much weed.
Mind you, they had a female at the crib. They nigga asking us like, hey, y'all want to go upstairs? Yeah, y'all want to handle her? You feel me? Like they doing all this shit. But what was, huh? Yeah, they was baking for sure. Like they was trying to put niggas in the oven and roast them. You feel me? Like what they don't understand is like like I told y'all before, I don't drink or smoke. So it's like you couldn't, like my mind is still on point. Like nigga, he all having a good time, and I'm like,
I'm having a blast at this point. I'm in
like,
the living room just going crazy.
Yeah, they showing them this is when Apple TV wasn't even out yet. Like they had the prototype Apple TV. They showing us all the shit it do, all types of shit. You feel me? And I'm like, hey, all right, that's cool, but let's look at that contract. You feel me? They was like, yeah, we'll send it over to you. You ain't got to look at this one right here. Like, mind you, had the contract. They was like, you ain't got to look at this one right here. We'll email you over just the last sheet. You feel me? And then even the contract, even me knowing how bullshit the contract was, because the last sheet was still horrible. It's like you sent me the best out of the worst, and it still was bad. You feel me? So we sitting in the meeting. We go and meet them up on what was that, Charles Street? We sitting in the meeting. I said to Trash, like after they said the whole spiel, I said to Trash, I said, hey bro, let me talk to you outside. And we kept walking. Like we walked out the door, but
you need a friend like that.
yeah, like yo,
Sure.
when I say like when niggas put boots on the ground, like we get shit done. Like it's nothing that I've ever put my mind to, or me and my niggas have never put our mind to that we didn't get accomplished. You feel me? If I look my nigga in the eye and tell him we gonna do something, I'm gonna make sure it happens. It was like when we was having a conversation off camera when I was talking to you about like I'm a facilitator. If somebody hit me and tell me, somebody hit me and tell me they want to do something, even if you not my man, you ain't got to be my man. If you tell me you want to do something, I'm gonna make it happen, and I'm gonna stay on top of you every time I see you. Be like, yo, like it was like the last time I was here with Menace. Your man's told me he wanted to start a T-shirt company, so I hit him up. I sent him a screen printer.
My man.
Yeah, your man's was one of the cameramen.
The white boy.
Nah, it was the black. It was black dude. I think he had
light skin.
Nah, it was the dark skin one. It was the dark skin.
Jordy, okay.
Yeah. I said, yo, hit me on the gram, you feel me? I told him straight up, I said, I ain't gonna follow you back, but I'm gonna answer the DM, you feel me? Like, I said, hit me on the gram. Hit me on the gram. He just said, what's up? I sent him a bunch of information. And I said, if anything you need in between that, you feel me? Holler at me. And it's not no, like, what is it, quid pro quo? Like, I'm not looking for nothing in return. I know my blessings coming down the way, you feel me? Like, all I want to make sure I get the blessings out of seeing somebody achieving and ascend to their full potential, you feel me? Like, so when I tell you, like, yo, we could have that conversation offline about anything you want to do as far as floaters, you feel me? I mean that shit. Like, you ask me anything, if I don't know it, I'm going to find somebody that do, you feel me? And then every time I see you, I'm going to hold you to that until you tell me, bro, I ain't doing that no more. I ain't with that no more.
I give up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm going to hold, like, you tell me, hey, bro, I'm trying to drop 2 projects in the next 2 months. Every time you talk to me, I don't give a fuck. You want to talk about bitches, the basketball, I'm going to get back around, hey, bro, so what's up with them 2 projects, though? Like,
Hey,
I'm not.
Let's try to spit the acapella, yo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit. Damn.
You going to see why you my favorite. Spit that intro, man. Spit that just give him 60 seconds of the joint.
All right. No, look. I done seen it all. I'm talking real runners with the law. Too familiar, baby. I've been here before, getting top in a Porsche. Baby, I'm just trying to fill that void. If you need a job, you can get employed. Look, I'm talking road runners with the dogs. We got rich cause everybody played their part. Hit snooze, fuck a job. Baby, I'm just out here living large. Everybody got a price, what's your cost? I had 2 options. Be Big Willie or Big Meech. Chose both. Now a nigga in the game waist deep. Never ever gave a fuck what a nigga may think. Only can be 2 things if a nigga hate me. Seen it all from afar, then got caught up in some shit. Good money for them lawyers just to get us out the mix. Willing to risk it all, I mean all to get rich. If you did or you didn't, we don't celebrate attempts, motherfucker.
Hey, look, hey, now that y'all heard that nigga spit.
There's only 2 things. It's only gonna be 2 things.
Hey, now that y'all heard that nigga spit, man, when y'all watch this shit, man, go in the comments and tell that nigga drop some fucking music. Like,
That shit beat though, man.
listen, this nigga got 100 songs unreleased. This nigga ain't dropped music in 2 years. When y'all see this shit, make sure y'all tell that nigga drop some fucking music. This nigga, when I put my money behind this nigga any day of the fucking week, is the hardest nigga, not just in Baltimore, but in the DM fucking V. I put my money behind all my niggas. Like, I don't fuck with no slouches. Hey, I got any flavors you want. You want to talk that street shit? I got street niggas. You want to talk that motherfucking lifestyle? I got lifestyle niggas. You want to talk that milk of magnesia and beautiful black queen? I got that shit too. You feel me? Like,
Hey, yo, we good on the camera? We good? All right, but we good on the framing and shit? All right, bet. It's Floaters TV, man. We back, man. It's your boy Shooting Now. I'm here with Big Rasna. We downtown, Floaters USA. I don't think I really introduced this joint for real.
Yeah, nah, man. If I needed an introduction, you feel me, I wouldn't be sitting here. Like, niggas know what I do. Niggas know what time is on. You feel me? Like, bro, this the first time for real, and I think I'm getting into this rapper shit where I can talk my shit. You feel me? I've been doing this shit for a long time, and I've been real quiet. You feel me? I've been real behind the scenes, but I appreciate you giving me the platform for talk my shit real quick. You feel me?
Now, this was a must, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, like, you got a wonderful platform, and just the fact that you blessing me with it, so I could talk my shit. I appreciate that shit. You feel me?
I be using this shit to meet the niggas I want to meet. And it's getting to the point where I can meet the woman I want to meet too.
Hey.
The DM going crazy.
I mean, I just told you that anything you want to do
on some business shit though.
Hey, even if it ain't on some business shit, we can handle business.
Yeah.
Like, listen, anybody you want to meet, listen, I'm not saying just me, like, just off.
But that's why I'm trying to tell you off camera though, because it's like, bro, any artist in the DMV, it be artists niggas never heard about, it be fire, hitting the DM, and it's just like, I ain't trying to be on ain't nobody pockets or ain't nobody career or nothing, but it's so much opportunity, bro, that I don't want to look back at 2024 and be like, damn, niggas could have really been on some Dame J shit.
But look, the thing I want you to realize is like, give yourself grace too. It's like, yo, you planting the seeds right now. The fact that you got the artists in your DMs, regardless of what tier they on, high or low, you feel me? The fact that you got them there shows how far you done came. Because it might have started a time when you had to hit the artists up. Like, you had to reach out to niggas. You had to ask niggas like, hey, who hot? Who this guy? Can you introduce me to that person? Can you hook me up with that? Now
I never did that though. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
though.
but now you got the space now where niggas come to you, and not only do they come to you, they come to you with open arms and open hands.
Trust.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the platform you done created. So give yourself some blessings and some praise to yourself. You feel me? Like, y'all put the work in for the last year and some change. You feel me? To really be where y'all at, and so that these artists is in your DMs. You feel me? You ain't about to miss nothing. Yeah. You ain't about to miss being Dame or Jay. You feel me? Or the next Nero. You feel me? Like, cause for real, you laying the groundwork that niggas can't imitate. Like, you doing some shit that niggas in Baltimore specifically, like, and niggas in the DMV ain't touching this. Like, you gotta understand that niggas ain't touching this. Like, niggas might have had an idea like, yo, let me grab a camera and get a couple of my boys and let's start a podcast or some shit like that. But they ain't touching the influence that it got right here. Like, you can give any nigga a mic and some headphones and call him a podcaster, but you doing some real life work right now. So the fact, like I said, niggas is in your DM, praise yourself for that. You feel me? Don't be humble about it. This is the year 2024. I said
that's
this
you
shit
told me last time. You told me that shit last time.
Yeah, this is the last year being fucking humble. Like, yo, I'm sick of that being humble shit. You feel me? Like,
put the mic right here though.
My bad. Like, I gotta borrow my rap. I say, yo, I live alone, I die alone. I'm getting tired of that stay humble shit. Like, yo, we been taught too long in the black community, like, yo, we gotta be humble. You feel me? Fuck that shit.
Live alone, die alone. Say it one more time.
I live alone, I die alone. I'm getting tired of that stay humble shit. Like I said, we been bred in our head to think like we gotta stay humble, like the master coming around the corner with the whip. We ain't gotta shut the fuck up no more. You feel me? Like, talk your shit. If floaters is the biggest thing, you see the numbers, you feel me? You see what's going on, you feel me? Talk your shit. Hey, can we pause real quick? All right, so yeah, I remember I was telling you about like how I transitioned in Pipe Dreams, and I was telling you about my man Flacco. Flacco was the only rapper I had, like, I didn't even know him. I told you downstairs about my homegirl Malika. She was a videographer and documentarian. A photographer and documentarian.
For the Freddie Gray joint.
Yep. She had a whole documentary that won a bunch of prizes when she covered the uprisings. And she recorded him, like, just shooting pictures of him. And she asked me, like, yo, could I get some merch to put on him to make the photos better? So I gave him some merch. She told me about him, sent me a couple songs he did, and I listened to him. And then one day, my man Keenan, who managed Shy Glizzy at the time, he was manager for Shy Glizzy, Lil Scooter, and he had connections to Fat Trail. And my man DJ Flow, who's Meek Mill DJ now.
Flow.
Yeah. That, like, so we all went to school together, like, and Keenan Flow is my man's, I guess.
So Keenan, like a
yeah. So he was a big time party promoter. Like, they called him the Fresh Prince. Like, at this time, he was like a big time party promoter.
Yeah.
And this was my man's. Like, I go way back with, but. They was throwing a concert for Shy Glizzy, and they needed an opening act. So when they made the opening act, they called me like, yo, bro, you know any rappers in the city, you feel me, that could come open? I told them, like, only rapper I know is Flacco. They was like, well, tell him to come through. And he opened up for Shy Glizzy. But from that, he wanted to return the favor. So he said to me, like, yo, bro, like how can I help you? You feel me? And I was like, yo, if you know something, like, I don't know, like, if you know people, you feel me, get them to come through the shop. So he was like, I'll do you better. Like, I'll bring rappers, you feel me? Let's try to throw a show in here. Mind you, like I said, the space was only like half this room, like not even. It was like really like a closet, you feel me? But he was like, yo, we should put something together. We called it the Pipeline Series. And we packed that bitch out. We had 200 people in there. And like, that's when I first met Butch and them. That's when I first met Soda and all them, CCLS. Like I met DZ and all them. Like they performed. They was their first performances was at my shop. They had their first listening parties, etc. at the shop, but it came from Flacco. And then when I moved to Howard Street, it just blew up from there. Like I went up before I left.
What year was that?
This was 2015, 2016, and then was
6
crazy.
minutes. Oh,
What's crazy is from there, like I actually ended up going on tour. For my clothing, the dude Easy I told you about, that was French Montana's manager. He ended up becoming Post Malone's manager.
yeah.
And Post Malone, like what we used to do, we used to have like this little ritual every night at the shop. At the end of the night, we used to play White Iverson to end the day off. Like
There's something about that song.
yeah,
though.
it puts you in a good space. Like, and we used to play that shit every day. And I said like, yo, one day I'm gonna work with this young boy. This was before he blew up, like before he became who he is now. Like, and my man's ended up becoming his manager. And one day he hit me asking me for some new merch that I just dropped. And I'm like, yo, listen, I understand that, but you got this kid I want to work with. Like, if I give you this merch, the same way I did with him in French
You talking
Montana.
about Post?
Yeah, his manager hit me. I said, if I give you this work, I want to work with this. I want to meet this. Get these clothes to this kid. He said, all right, let me hit you right back. Dre London, who's Post Malone's manager, and this guy named Jay. Jay is his road manager. They called me back and said, yo, listen. They called me on three-way and said, yo, can you get to Philly in the next couple hours?
So hell yeah.
I said, hell yeah. I took the whole shop. Everybody got in the car. And we drove up to Philly. What I didn't know was Post Malone was on tour with Justin Bieber. Like, and they did the Purpose tour. And as soon as we got up there, they was like, yo, get in the van. I mean, get in the bus. And from there, like, we did 3 stops with him. I dressed him from all his stops. He did Newark, Baltimore, and
Bieber?
Nah. Post Malone.
Yeah.
But we met Justin Bieber and all that. Like, it was crazy. It's like it's an infamous like clip of them where Post Malone choked him in the club. Like that all happened on the course of the tour we was on. But that just put me in another stratosphere when it comes to like making clothes. I started, linking up with the like Jerry Lorenzo, the guy who makes Fear of Gods.
Yeah.
Who Decides War. I don't know if you're familiar with that brand. It's like it's actually a real popular brand. I used to work with Virgil before he passed. Like, but all these people I used to be in groups with and shit like that. Like, by me being me blowing up my status, they thought I was like a big brother. So they used to link up with me and want me to put my clothes in their shop. So they blew my shop up even more. Then I moved to Charles Street and it kind of took off from there. The events, because I had more space then. The events took off. The clothing took off. It took it to a next level, and I opened it up.
So it was like the hustle. It was just your natural hustle.
Exactly. It's
that
like
just attract everything.
Yo, it's like starting with nickel bags, and you feel me. Before I know it, I was Big Meech. Like, and I didn't attempt to like. I'll be lying to you if I said it was all planned out. Like I mapped this shit out. Like
it been too diabolical.
Exactly. Like I never wrote a business plan a day in my life. Like this shit happened organically. Like I started with a T-shirt started with a jersey on the balcony of my porch.
Hockey jersey.
And next thing I know, Red Bull, we doing concerts with Red Bull and Netflix coming through and we doing shit with ASAP Mob and all types of shit. Like, and it became something everybody know and love now. Like I got 1,000 stories and some of the shit I don't even be knowing about. Like somebody tell me they had they met their girl there, or they met their manager there, or they dropped their first tape there, or I done had people proposing there. I done had all type. Like one thing I never had a fight in there.
Yeah.
Like in the 8 years we was running, we never once had like no commotion for real. Like we had one minor situation, and that was because niggas was on drugs. But other than that, like people respected the space. Like nobody came disrespect, and people respected me. You feel me? Like so, no matter who came through. Like we had Bloods, Crips, we had niggas from East, from West, from county to city, from New York to fucking down to Florida. Like every time somebody came in, they respected the space. So we never had no issues. Like never had no situation where the cops was called for real. Never had no fights. Yeah. It was all love. And unfortunately, when I told you earlier about the story about my daughter, during COVID, we had to shut down. We was actually the first business that the mayor came and shut down. We had to shut down because we were event space. During that time, I had made an agreement with, and I never told the story to nobody other than my friends, but I'll tell it today. Like we had
TV.
Yeah, this is like exclusive on what happened to Pipe Dreams. Like, so we had an agreement with the landlord because we was in talks to buy the building. So we was like, all right, we're gonna pause all talks until after COVID because we didn't know when we was gonna be able to open up again. And our bread and butter that we making money from is the events. Like that's what we literally had Afro like that. The following month we were supposed to have Afro Punk at the shop. Like they pre-show before Afro Punk in DC was supposed to be at the shop. Like we had big things on the horizon, but we had to pause everything. So We made an agreement with the landlord, like, yo, we can't pay rent until we know until we get some more revenue in, until we know what's going on. He agreed with us and said, yo, all right, we don't have to pay rent. But when he found out about people getting PPP loans, he like, oh, y'all.
Man, Scott?
Huh? No, my landlord.
Landlord, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, my landlord, when he found out about PPP loans, he like, oh, y'all can apply for that and then pay us our rent. Like, everybody getting them. Like, y'all should be able to get them. Like, no matter of fact, it wasn't even y'all should be able to get them. He thought we got them. Yeah. He said, yo, I know y'all getting.
Some white shit?
Yeah, so, during COVID, they had the PPPs and he was like, I know y'all getting that shit. You feel me? So, break us off. We never got a PPP loan. Like, everything we was doing, like, to this day, like.
You think PPP loan, you was supposed to get one?
I don't know. We was definitely, no, hell no. We was definitely qualified for the shit for sure. Like, 100%. We should have been the first businesses getting one. But the problem was that our paperwork wasn't in order. Like, and our paperwork wasn't in order, and I don't want to blame nobody in particular, but our paperwork wasn't in order. And by time, and also it was a clerical error with SBA. By the time we cleared everything up and I paid all our back taxes, because we owed like $4,000 in back taxes. By the time I paid all our back taxes, PPP had ran out of money. So then I came back to the landlord and said, yo, we never got no PPP. And we already had this agreement like, yo, we wasn't going to pay rent. You feel me? So let's come to some sort of understanding to move this forward, because we are the most stable tenants that you had in this place. We've been here 5 years now. This is considered vacant row, you feel me? So if you get somebody in here, they're not gonna be as long lasting as we are and as reliable and respectable. Yeah. So he ain't want to deal. Like, he wanted the exact amount of money he wanted from us. He wanted $34,000 in order to get us back, because we was closed for 2 years. He wanted $34,000. We got it down to settle with him for, I think I got him down to $14,000 to settle with him. When that happened, at the same time that's going on, my daughter was going in for surgery. So it was like I stopped kind of negotiating, and it was on me for real. Like, even though I didn't want to pay the money to begin with, but I was going to pay it. But I stopped negotiating once my daughter.
Capacity for it.
Exactly, and then I also, towards the end of the shop, it started to morph into something I didn't recognize. Like, because I had other people running it, and they did their best, you feel me? But they also blended their personality into the shop. And what it became is something I didn't recognize, because when my daughter first came home from the hospital, I became a stay-at-home dad. So I just used to give the keys to the people who worked there. I had a couple workers, and I say, all right, I'm going to come at the end of the week to pick up the money, and y'all let me know what's been going on. When I come in one day, it's like, it's flies everywhere, it's trash everywhere, it's all types of things going on, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, I don't think this energy could be revamped. So I stopped caring about it. Like, and then when my daughter got put in the hospital, like when she was coming up for her surgery, I just said, hey, bro, I'm gonna move on to something else. And then we moving in the next chapter. I got further plans that's supposed to be worked out. Me and my.
Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question. So what's the, like? That's what we talked about, like the stuff you doing in honor of y'all, or like in your new ventures. Like, what's some of your new ventures?
All right, so my manager looking at me right now, like, hey man, don't give too much away. But
now you gotta give everything away.
Yeah, we making a couple investments in the city. Like, I'm making a solid investment in the city, and I want people who watching this, you feel me, who might get excited about Pipe Dreams coming back. Pipe Dreams is over. I want people to understand that, like, it had its run, and that was a beautiful time in everybody's life, you feel me? But Pipe Dreams is over. I'm not bringing the Pipe Dreams brand back. There's not going to be a Pipe Dreams 2, but we will have a space for those who's on the journey that we're trying to ascend to, because I want to create a space in which honors my daughter properly, but I also want to create a space that I see in the evolution of myself. Yeah. It's like when I was doing Pipe Dreams, it was like I was in a space in my life of carefree, inhibitions. Like, I could be, free flowing and free, free ideas. This time around, like I was telling you off camera, like, the business got to be handled. So it's like what I do now is I'm trying to structure this in a way that this gonna be around forever. Where I don't have, like, with Pipe Dreams, what people don't realize is that in Pipe Dreams, everything that you seen in Pipe Dreams came from my pockets. We never got no loan. We never had no credit cards.
No grants.
No, we never got. We only had one grant. We got a grant from Kiva, like towards the beginning of the pandemic. Other than that, there's never been. Pipe Dreams was open for 8 years. Everything you saw in Pipe Dreams happened from my pockets, and also sponsorship deals we did with Red Bull. But these are all things I facilitated. You feel me? Like so. This go around, I'm trying to spend other people's money. Like so, I'm sitting down with investors. I'm sitting down with people who are smarter than me when it comes to handling and managing money, and that's what I had to relinquish power to. I had to know what I'm good at and know what I lack at in order to succeed. Like I know that I know how to make $1. My problem is I don't know how to keep $1. Like I know I can make $1 100 times over. Like I told you, I ran up 100,000. Like that was literally a 30-day run. Like I can make 100,000 easy, but I could also blow 100,000 in 2 days. Like that's my problem, and I'm always chasing it. What I needed now is for smarter people behind me and say, hey, bro, you got to make that dollar stretch for 3 months because you got to be prepared for when you ain't making money at all. So we making investments. We going to build our portfolio in the next couple months, and there will be an announcement like for the next space and the next chapter of AC in Baltimore or Big Rasna, well, in the professional sense, AC Abdullah in Baltimore. So I will have a space. I just don't want people when they see this announcement automatically think like, yo, this is Pipe Dreams too. No. There is no more Pipe Dreams. Yeah. If you got a Pipe Dreams chain, hold on to that for vintage and sentimental values, cause they ain't coming back. If you got a shirt, if you were the first people to buy something from us, hold on to that. It might be worth something one day, but it ain't coming back. Like we had our run, everybody had their moments, and I'm glad. Like the thing I'm glad about, is like, yo, y'all was able to share those moments. I saw that when I just had my funeral for my man Dutchy. Like when people came back into the shop, because we had it at the shop again. When people came back,
how was y'all able to get back into the shop?
So it's a bakery now. Okay. So I went to the lady and she, she knew who we was and everything like that. So she welcomed the business, like and then she's a good woman in general, but she welcomed the business. Like, yo, I know if I do this, my business when he leave can flourish. You feel me? So she opened the doors back up, and what I noticed is like how much it meant to everybody. But what I need everybody to understand, the same way I say about staying on top of people when it comes to their dreams or aspiration, the shop wasn't the reason that you were great. You made the shop great because of how great you were. So you holding on to that and thinking like y'all need the shop to come back in order to get the camaraderie back, or to get your skills back up, or to get the concerts or shows or whatever you think the shop gave you. The shop was just a figment of whatever you was trying to illustrate for yourself. I hope that everybody takes those moments away and realize, yo, I rocked that stage before and continue to rock that stage. It should be a platform to project you to other places, not to be stagnant and still looking for it in order to keep yourself going. So I just want to say one last time, PDZ is over. Pipe Dreams is over. I appreciate everybody that was along for the ride, you feel me? And I hope that y'all follow me on the next journey that I take with this music, and with this real estate, and with these laws that we making.
Mogul shit. It's a mogul right here.
Yeah, I'm 33 years old.
It's a mogul right here.
I've been doing this shit since 20. Like I've been running that shop since I was 21. Well, 20. I had that brand since I was 21. I'm 33 now. Yeah. We gotta handle business. Like the problem is like, yo, with black businesses, we always got this mindset like, yo, like it just feel good to say we own something. Yeah. But when we realize when them debts come in, we don't own shit. When them motherfucking LLC is due at the end of them fees is due at the end of the year, or when you got to pay quarterly taxes, you realize you don't really own shit. You ain't really making no money. Yeah, you might have sold a bunch of weave last week, but you ain't sold weave this week. You feel me? Like,
yeah, you talking, you say it too.
Yeah, my bad. I'm just saying, man, just get your business in order, man. Yeah. I'm getting my business in order.
And that's why I'm linked in, locked in with my bro, Big Rasna, Floaters TV. Hey, can you shout the Floaters out?
Of course. Shout out to the motherfucking Floaters, you feel me? The biggest thing in Baltimore, the biggest thing in the DMV, and soon to be the biggest thing in the nation, you feel me? It ain't nothing bigger than the Floaters going on around here. And if you don't know, now you know, my nigga. Hey, this the first ever Floater Cypher. I'm presenting it live. My name Big Rasna, a.k.a. AC, you feel me? And we about to kick this shit off, man. I'm about to kick it off first, you feel me? I started out a kid bagging groceries, no handouts, how I supposed to be. Only got a sister, so ain't no little bro on me. Learned the game, learned how to ball controllably. Only person I compete was the older me. I gave niggas my heart, no surgery, just to show them that it's more to me. I love the game, I can't afford to leave. My heart belonged to it like Jodeci. When I die, bury me on top of all the niggas that thought that they was over me.
OPR Avon, listen.
Listen, I'm the wave, nigga. You could catch me in the ocean. Fly, nigga, yeah, I'm on floaters, but I'm floating. Fly,
Hey.
nigga, 42 on me, bitch, I'm boasting. A lot of niggas talk a little crazy, but they coasting. Rollie on my wrist, yeah, I took a chance for it, huh? Any disrespect, nigga, I
ain't
stand
stand for it.
huh? Bands on the floor, I don't walk, I ran
Ran
to
to
it,
it.
huh? 50K made, I ain't save, I ran through it, huh? I was on the bench, I stayed down, niggas laugh, huh? Now I'm up, fucking niggas hoes,
Niggas mad.
huh? Niggas got their funds up and they left me. I got my funds up and then
Now
I
went
went
Gretzky.
That when I went and iced up on these lame niggas. And this ain't high school, why you still the same nigga? And this ain't high school, hey nigga, I'm a young paid nigga. I don't work, I pay niggas. Bro.
Hey, that's
Go ahead,
Avon.
Josh.
That's Avon. Go ahead.
That's Josh and Mike.
Hey, my nigga Josh. That's
Shit. All right. Racing from dust since the boy was a youngin'. I'm feeling his presence. I know that he coming. I'm running. Juking right out of his shoes. He lost. He don't know what to do. Bitch, I'm with the crew. My feelings are irrelevant. Damn. Hold on.
Keep that shit going. Keep that shit going.
Spit that shit,
All
son.
of my faults are intrusive, and none of my relationships are abusive. I studied them to see if I was tripping, and all of the results are non-conclusive. I lie to y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm walking, running, racing to my ruin, and most of y'all see me as a good guy. That's still seen in my viewing.
A dog off the leash, wrong Russell speak. Take your mom to Felice, make she rest in peace. Your boy been on the run, I haven't slept in weeks. I bring sand to the beach, look. Got your wife in the section looking sexy with a scene. If you cannot up it down right now, you gotta leave.
Hey, one more time. I'm about to get it. Hold up. I'm built for it tough. I was built for this. No more hammers. Try my hand to rap. Too legit to quit. I really miss the hood. Mama said ain't worth risking it. No more burgers, meetings in London over fish and chips. I carry mobile offers in my back pocket. All I speak is facts. I've been hard to copy. Re-ups on the bag like a working hobby. You can't last long in this line of work. That's where the Ivy. Dying broke, never really seen as an option. Your new nigga broke, you just out here moving sloppy. You ain't learned nothing from all them late night hours. I'm pacing back and forth, nerves settle when I count it. Follow my ego, it never steer me wrong. Can't retire to no bench, who gonna help me score? Been standing on business, got my ankle store. I give you niggas all I got, you still gonna hate me for it. I'm running to the money, cat wheels 40 yards. Did he want to party, still gotta tell him nah. I'm trying to do a major, that's word to making good. If you praying for me, nigga, just keep praying for me.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I said, look, she like pick me up. Let's hit Sudsville. She want me to fold them finnies up. She like Benny Hines, but we probably get McDonald's. She tripping until she hit it. I got seats in funnel. Look, don't want no baby mama. I hear that shit y'all going through, and that's just petty drama. I be tripping. I find one thing, I don't need another. But all my niggas that's committed, they got freaks and bundles. I'm really like that. Don't got no weed. I hit that pussy for a nightcap. That head good. I get some money and I be right back. Make so much money on this block, they should indict that. She said you on Exeter. She said I'm right here. In the Avalon, she said that she live right there. Hit it from the top floor. Yeah, I'm a sightseer. Yeah, I had a little buzz and it's a light year. Chilling with some white girls and they like beer. Look. I'm a creative player. She just came through and sucked me up, but I ate her later. I just be on the clock. I had the flavor. You know, yeah. I had a couple. I just got my buzz. It's been a light year. Y'all heard the fuck. That's a simple bar, but I had to get it off.
Yeah. Shout out to my nigga Rasna, man. He curated this shit, man. Listen. I usually fuck one host. Now I'm having 3 ways. Tokyo freshman. Shout out to the Lupe. Good day coming now. Niggas ain't coming down. Yeah, I'm off of Oxy. Nigga, I ain't coming down. Niggas, they be running now. Yeah, I run the town. Ohio Midwest. Niggas know I'm running now. RP. Hey, I am fucking lit though. Niggas on the get-go. I don't give a fuck about this shit, nigga. I switch hoes, I switch flows. Niggas can't be, I'm a gigolo. Like my nigga trash though. Like my nigga asshole. Nigga, I'm an asshole. Nigga, I just pass hoes. Yeah, I just had them. Came in the dragon. Niggas always talking about I'm fly like a Latin. 13's on 07. Yeah, I'm dragging. Niggas always talking about the past. They be has-beens. Niggas know about me. I be rolled. This a freestyle though.
Hey, we fucking Ohio heavy on the floor Hey, let's get back to the interview.
Hey, you want to drop one more time real quick, Josh?
Running from us, see the path you taking. I wanna see you do better for yourself. Them other boys wanna see you naked, baby. All they priorities X-rated. You won't let go of shit like your ex made it. You won't get over him while you all up under me. You know my face ain't the one you wanna see.
Yeah.
Baby girl, why you keep mine? Already hip to the shit you be trying. Shorty, I know that you tired of crying. Let's end it now, I've already decided. I'm tired of seeing you think that you hiding your true emotions. Thought you was slick, baby, you was hoping that I wouldn't see how you moving, girl. You must have thought that these glasses ain't had no prescription. You must have thought that I just had my head buried deep in the sand like a nigga Egyptian. You built up so many walls in your database, I probably never could break your encryption. You say you know me, I promise you don't, and you probably would if you just fucking listen. I swear. Yeah.
Floaters TV. That's part of Floaters. Josh.
Hey, yo, that shit was fucking hard, my nigga.
410 Abstract. I met him 4 months ago. He crazy.
Hey, bro, listen, if y'all ever wanted to know, anybody watching, if y'all ever wanted to know what the fuck it feel like to be in pipe dreams, this is it right here. Nigga, we brought this energy to Floaters, you feel me? We done turned this bitch out. We got niggas in here fucking performing. We got niggas laying some real tracks. Yo, this shit is real deep in this motherfucker. Shout out to Floaters for being the first motherfuckers in Baltimore to lay it down like this, man. Shout out to y'all, niggas.
Hey, yo, so Rasna, right?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you the most, man. But, so you told me about everything, man. The triumphs, the ups and the downs. You got a lot of ups, but your downs is bigger than a lot of people's downs will ever be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you having so many ups, it's like, you know what I mean? You got the canvas for the pain. You feel what I'm trying to say?
For sure.
So, you like how you said earlier in the interview, you said like you wasn't really too serious with the music. Even though you was doing it, it was more so like some nip shit, like you promoting hustling and starting your own business. But now you got more of the message.
So I like how you segued into that, man. You beautiful at your job. But
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, so
do the mic how like.
So I just had an article come out in Baltimore Banner, and shout out to the dude Ty who wrote it. Like, he said this perfectly. Like, I got multiple layers of legacy that I'm building. You feel me? Like, it's like my life starts over every couple years. My life opens up a new chapter. That's you feel me? Now I'm rapping. I'm sitting on Floaters for rapping, and not even for the things I've done in the past. Like, I'm starting new chapters, and the things I got working on right now is like, yo, I got 3 projects dropping. You feel me? I already dropped Summer House Volume 1. I'm dropping Summer House Volume 2, which is the Duchesne. If anybody watch Top Boy, I'm making the whole shit off of Top Boy because I spent like 3 months in Europe, you feel me? Just learning the lingo and learning the culture, you feel me? And I came back and dropped some fire-ass tapes. So I got the Duchesne. I did a Sully version. Now I'm doing a Duchesne version, and now I'm going to do a Top Boy version with my man Menace. You feel me? And then I got a couple projects that's dropping in between. And then what I did that was beautiful with me and my boys from OPR is we created our own tour called Good Day. And we stopping at 7 cities right now. We got 7 cities locked in. We doing Houston on June the 22nd. We doing Toledo, Ohio, July the 14th. We doing Detroit, July the 12th. Then we got Baltimore, of course. We bringing it home, you feel me? That's on August the 4th. It's at our house. Then we linking up with the BMF family up in New York. Like, we locked in with BMF, the New York branch of BMF. And we're going to be doing something in New York come the end of during that Baltimore run. And I'm bringing it back to my hometown and my home state. We're going to do something in Jersey. But we got 7 stops. We started this shit last year. We packed out Houston last year. And we figured like, yo, it's time for us to start really putting our boots on the ground. Like, we ain't got to wait for niggas to book us. We can book ourselves. We got the resources, got the money, got the outlets, you feel me? Let's book ourselves, you feel me, and bet on ourselves.
Ain't like it's a plethora of niggas like you out here. Ain't more than one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. But what's crazy is like it may not be like somebody like me, but the whole clique, the whole crew that I'm with, the whole collective I'm with, they all got that mindset that I got. You feel me? Like we all putting our batteries in our back and in each other back. You feel me? To really get this shit done. We looked at each other a couple months ago and said, "Listen, we about to lock in for this Good Day." You feel me? And we put the cheese up. We split it 6 ways. Like, yo, to put this motherfucking cheese up and stop at these cities. Like, we banking on ourselves because like I told you earlier, like when I first started this shit, I started it with my niggas just, you know, as playing around or just talking about the lifestyle. It was really, for real, I talked about this in the Baltimore Banner. It was really like to just get free sections in the club. It's like, yo, we already lit this life. What if we get some clubs to book us and we don't have to pay for bottles no more? That's how I started. And now we look at it like, yo, it's real business. Like we got real fans, real followers. Like I got one man that got a song that got 100,000 plays just this year. And most of his plays in Korea, you feel me? Like he blowing up. You feel me? My man Avon. My song that I just did with Menace is up to almost about 20,000 plays, you feel me? Like, and they listening to us all around the world, like most notably in the UK, you feel me? So it's like we started off as just a game, like not a game, but we started off as a hobby can really turn into some real major business for niggas, and that's what we really all about. Like, yeah, we love rapping, and niggas can really rap, you feel me? But we grown ass men now, we handling business. Like, we look at ourselves like similar to Yo Gotti, Young Dolph, you feel me? And even though they rivals, you feel me? We talking about on the business side, we look at as rap is a vehicle. Exactly. Like, we look at rap as a vehicle. Like, yo, we use this to get the doors that we really want to get, because we got a brand that comes with OPR too. Like, we make clothes, you feel me? We make all types of
that shit fire, bro. I need something.
Hey, shout out, hey, when y'all see the cypher, you feel me? Y'all gonna see my man's, he had a jersey on. He had a Rose Bowl OPR jersey on, you feel me? We gonna be selling them joints in a couple months. We gonna have some exclusive drops at all the Good Day joints. We gonna have exclusive drops for each city. We dropping 6 articles of clothing every city we go, and then after that, you feel me? We gonna do exclusive drops for the rest of the year. But that's the mogul in us, you feel me? We trying to build a conglomerate based off of our riches, you feel me? And other people's riches, but based off our riches the most, you feel me? And we gonna, you feel me, turn this into a major thing. We trying to be motherfucking Master P and Silk the Shocker and them back in the 90s, you feel me? We taking the city to city, we selling shit out the trunk of our cars, and we gonna make this shit shake.
Yeah. I appreciate you, bro. Just all the knowledge, bro, just being around you, bro. You and just how you know, just you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you get your respect the way you get it. Is just, you don't demand it, but it's deserved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I look at it like this, like when you talk about respect, I look at it like this, like, I don't have to tell a nigga respect me. You gonna feel my presence is gonna make you respect me. It's gonna, like, I like to be the type of nigga that make niggas sit up when I come in the room. It's like, all right, we was slouching back, like how I just said, put that together, that cipher just now. Like, everybody slouching back. I'm hearing whispers like, yeah, I rap, I do this. All right, when I come in the room, you feel me? Nah, I'm gonna make niggas sit up. I'm gonna make niggas stand on it.
What got you into that though? Like
the streets. Like, dead ass, like how I
so you did the streets? You didn't, hey, bro. We got like 2 minutes. We got like 2 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this.
Hey, we ain't gonna get cut off either. I want this whole shit, right? So, the streets, like, do you feel like the streets give you like, it's like knowledge that you can't get nowhere else, bro?
Absolutely. Like, I learned.
Because I ain't from the streets, and
I'm not saying you gotta be from the streets to have knowledge.
I know you're not saying you gotta be from the streets, but I admire you. You feel what I'm saying? How you move, and it's like, damn, I want to page out your playbook, but it seemed like it's something there that's like.
So it gives like an organic vibe. Let me tell you something. Like, I've been short my whole life. I've been short. Listen, I'm 5'8" right now.
Make it quick.
Yeah. I've been short my whole life. So when I was a kid, I used to look at it like, hey, listen, you either ate or get eaten. You feel me? Like, pause, but you either ate or get eaten. So when I walk in the room, I gotta make niggas respect me just off of my being. You feel me? Like, cause they gonna look at me and they gonna size me up. So I need to make them respect me just off my being. So what I did, I made sure every room I stepped in, I made my presence known. Like, hey, I'm here. You feel me? Like, whatever y'all was doing beforehand, ain't nothing like what it's gonna be when I come in the room. And that's the same way I took to pipe dreams. That's the same way I take to everything in my life. Like, if I come in the room, I'm gonna make niggas stand on whatever they saying. Whatever, if you tell me you're a rapper, you tell me you're a singer, you tell me this, you tell me that, I'm gonna question you on that. I'm gonna make you stand on that, and I'm gonna make you step into you. You feel me? And then that makes niggas respect me. You feel me? I ain't gotta ask for respect. I earned everything I did. I ain't asked for no handouts, and I did everything I was supposed to. You feel me?
Yeah. Hey, Florida's TV, my favorite interview so far. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Next to the NASD Chaz junk, you know, that shit was crazy.
Hey.
You feel what I'm trying to say?
Shout out to Chaz. He came down to the shop too. Like, shout out to
for
Chaz.
real?
Yeah.
Damn, so
Shout out to Chaz.
we out here, Florida's TV. Man, tell me to follow you at.
Hey, you can find me at Yara Father, YARA Father. Y'all know how to spell Father, you feel me? And you can find me on all DSPs, Big Rasna, you feel me? That's BIG, capital RASNA. That's all caps, you feel me? Find me on all social medias and all platforms. And it's the Floaters.
And we out. Don't stop it.
Oh, shit.
Let's stop by ourselves. Nah, I'm fine.
I was about to say this shit. I was about to say, hey, what we doing?